Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to our next lesson for our Civil Rights Movement Research Unit. This is Lesson 12. Okay, our learning target for today is that I can use Google Slides to create a Civil Rights Movement research presentation. So, when we are in the Google Classroom, we have had links for you all on a page to reach your notes. So here are my notes from the Civil Rights Movement. You all know how to access your note pages with your drafts. And today I'm going to show you how to open up your Google Slides. Okay, you're not creating anything on your own. We have done it for you already. So next to the link in the lesson will be a link called this, Links for PowerPoints. And it works exactly the same way. So you find your name on the list, and then you click the link right next to it. Here's mine. I'm going to click on mine, and I'm just going to open it. I'm going to see if I can move it over. Here we are in my Mrs. Lopez's Civil Rights PowerPoint slides. So you can, this is your title page here. So I just clicked on this box here. I typed in the Civil Rights Movement. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to write by Mrs. Lopez. Okay. Then you can change your themes if you want. If you don't like this and you want to be a little fancier, you know I love something that's fancy. I'm going to try this one actually because I think this one's cute. Date the Beach, that's totally me. So you can pick here from all of these different kinds of themes for your whole presentation. You just click one and then it changes the fonts and everything for you. Okay, you should be very familiar with this. So that was just under slide and change theme. Okay, and I'm going to X out of that so it's out of my way. And there's my first slide. And then I'm going to go to here and I'm going to click new slide. Okay. Oh, did it add another second one? Yeah, I don't want one like that. I want this one. I want one that looks like this, not like this, because this is another title page, and we don't want that. You could also go to Slide Apply Layout, and you can change the layout, like title and a body. You could do a title in 2 columns, you know, things like that. So you could choose what kind of setup you want. I'm fine with this, so I'm just going to click this, and I changed it to what I want. So now I'm going to go back to my notes that are right here, and I'm going to go to my first paragraph that we wrote about. This is let me go back up to paragraph 1. Okay, and I'm literally just going to copy and paste it. So I'm going here, I'm going File, Copy, and then I'm clicking back on the tab for my thing, and I'm just going to go Edit, Paste. Okay, now you have to format it all. And you have to think about, what is this all about? I'm indenting, I'm making the font bigger, I might change the color, because a lot of you did what I did and you changed your colors to be, you know, a little more fun while you were doing this. So you might want to change your colors to be, you know, I like the blue, so I'm probably going to keep it blue. To be something, you want to make sure it's big enough. You might want to make your colors fun. You might want to, you know, make them whatever you want to do. And now I have to think about, what was this section of my presentation all about? Well, this was the background information. I'm actually not going to write background information. I'm going to go, what was the Civil Rights Movement? What led to the Civil Rights Movement? And I'm going to make sure I center that on here, which is down here under More. Boom. Okay. And I'm not really gonna put a picture on this slide because I feel like the background information doesn't really need it. So I am just going to make my font a little bit bigger. That's much too big. So let me try 14. Oh, too small. So let me try 16. Okay. So if I can slide that down a little, and there we go. It takes up the whole page and it's pretty. It looks good, and then I'll come back and edit this another time. Okay, so then you go to add a new slide, and then you have your next section. You go back over here. I'm going to go to my second part, which is important people, and I'm going to create a section on important people. Now I have 2 paragraphs, so I'm going to be making 2 slides with this, and I'm probably going to want to add a picture. So first I'm just going to copy the first one, copy, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to paste right there, boom, and I'm going to add important. I don't know if that M is supposed to be like that, important people. And I'm going to go all the way to here. I'm going to make sure it's centered like that. Okay, I'm going to tab. This, you're really not doing too much writing. This is really just your formatting of everything. I may do like this too, cut this over a little bit, and I'm going to put a picture of Martin Luther King. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to go into a new tab. I'm going to search Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't want quotes though. And then I'm going to click on images. And I'm going to take this one because I like this one where he's like in front of that march. And I'm going to, you can either right click if you're on a PC, or you can hit Control, hold down Control, and then click on it, and it'll say copy image. You don't want to do save image, you just want to do copy image, and then you come back over, you click on the slide, and you go File, Paste. And there's my picture. And I could stretch it out a little bit. I could move it up a little. And I'm pretty sure it lets you put it wherever you want. You could go like this. This is what I like to do sometimes and be fancy. And then I would just hit enter. You just have to make sure it doesn't like, so that it kind of goes around the picture yourself. Like this. So every time I can't see the words, I'm just going to the beginning of the next word. And there. And now it looks like it's part of it, and it kind of goes all around it like this. Okay? You can make the font bigger too, whatever you want to do. So you're going to do that for all of your slides. So now that I finished my important people section, you get the gist of how to format it yourself. I'm going to show you what else I did. Because my important people section was so long, I decided to break it into 2 paragraphs, so therefore I created 2 pages. Here's the one about the boycott of the busing and Martin Luther King and his speech, so I put a picture of him giving the speech. Then on this page it talks more about John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson being sworn in as the 36th president. So then what I wanted to do was, sorry, I have Emma on my lap while I'm recording. I wanted to include this picture of him being sworn in. My next slide has the impact to society, which was section 4 of our notes. Okay, so I just wrote impact on society. I copy and pasted my notes here. And I did notice that my paragraph from my thing here, from my notes, sorry, those are not my notes, from my notes was very long. So what I decided to do was make it into 2 slides. This was a very long paragraph. So right after I said that the Civil Rights Act became law, I actually then created that as a new paragraph, and I put that as a separate slide. So it ends here after it became law, and then down here becomes a whole nother slide, just lasting impact. So here the civil rights was becoming law, so I just Googled a picture of the Civil Rights Act becoming law, and this is what came up. It's Lyndon Johnson signing over the bill to the day it became a law. So I just copy and pasted that onto here too. Okay, then this is the second part of my impact paragraph. Now the last page is really just for things. I don't know why it's not letting me click on my last page. So weird. My last page is the is important facts that I thought were, there it is, important facts that I wanted to include in my thing. You could do bullets, or you could write a paragraph, however you would like to do it. I had something here that I never used about here, the Brown versus Board of Education. So I might copy and paste this in here as a bullet. I don't mind leaving it as bullets. I don't mind if you leave this page as bullets. I would just make your fonts bigger, make it look nice, because you know, this is a presentation and it should look really nice when you do it. Let's see. I mean, I have to go through and read them all. Here, an African American lawyer helps end school segregation. That's an important fact. So I'm just going to paste that in here. And I'll leave the rest to you guys to do whatever you feel was important in whatever format you like. You can add more pictures, but this is what your presentation should look like. Okay. Again, all the links are created for you. So all that you have to do is click the link. You should click one link to open your notes. You click the link that opens your note, then you click the link for this, and you click on your slideshow that's already created for you, okay? And then you create it, okay? You have a couple of days to work on this, and our next lesson will be editing this and checking for all your other things. But today you're just really formatting anything that you can think of, okay? Good luck, and message us if you have any questions. We can't wait to see what you do.